Welcome back to Diaries of a Spiritually Ambitious Entrepreneur, where I am here sharing just in real time the things I'm working on, what I'm doing as I am building a seven-figure business while becoming the best version of myself. Today is going to be more of a trip down memory lane, but with a purpose. And the purpose is I want to walk you through the moment that things started to click for me when things clicked, when I went from charging like $60 an hour or like $300 a month retainers for coaching to actually creating these multi-thousand-dollar coaching packages and having my first six-figure year and actually feeling confident and good about the transformation I'm facilitating, the packages I'm selling. So I want to just talk about that moment of what clicked for me because I'm really interested in these unlock moments, these moments where y- like things just shift quite suddenly, but there's a lot of buildup that happens to it. And so the reason I want to share about this is because I think I love like studying other people's success codes. It's like, what was the moment that really clicked for them? Like, when did things really start to shift? And this is the one for me, especially with someone who feels like a perfectionist. And I always want to make sure I'm in integrity and like, this is the thing that really shifted for me because there was a time, I think the first like 2 years of my coaching business, I was starting to get clearer and clearer on my niche as I was going. And I was like working with clients. I had clients who were signing for like $1,000 for 3 months. So it was about like 300 and some change per month. So I was having clients sign for that rate and then repeat and like sign on again. But I could not for the life of me increase the rate for that. Anytime I tried to increase it, I think like I would panic and like sabotage the sales calls, just to be quite honest. Or I didn't feel right. I yeah, I just like would freak out. And I also like yeah, so I would just like really struggle to sign clients at higher price points. I didn't feel like I had this like big influx of clients either. There was also times where I would be on client calls and feel kind of worried that like I know I provided like really good coaching and like not even just good. Like I know that I was an exceptional coach doing like in a moment, like on a one-off session, they're coming to me with something, we can have a breakthrough. Like I knew I was so gifted at that component of like you come to me with something, we can unlock things for you. Like I'm still like phenomenal at that. That's something like I can change your life in a moment because I just like know how to get into your brain and like rework things. That's why I charge so much for a one-off session because it's like, are you kidding me? Like that's huge. But at like at that moment, I didn't know how to walk people through a whole process, like through a transformational process, how to help people get like the full arc of a result, like how to hold people through all the ups and downs that happen on the way to a transformation. Because yes, transformations happen in a moment, unlocks happen in a moment, but then there's like this longer transformational process that's usually required. And I didn't really know how to facilitate a full thing. I didn't really know how to create that type of a space. And so I think that was really messing with my confidence because then on sales calls, I'd be like, well, what are we going to work on? We can work on these things. I can help you. And I just didn't feel like I had clear, specific things I could say to people on sales calls. I just quite frankly didn't feel confident raising prices. I didn't feel confident facilitating a giant transformation. I didn't want to overpromise. Like I wanted to be integrity. So it's like all these things that are great. The desire to just like deliver a wonderful experience, the desire to be in integrity with the things I say I'm going to do. Those are all like, I love that about myself that I have that level of like, I wanna show up and I wanna give you guys a great experience. But then you can see how it was starting to like sabotage and get in the way because it just I was struggling to kind of increase the ceiling on it. But what really well, one, I would love to know, like, anyone on replay, anyone, listening to this, like, let me know if you have felt that, right? If you have felt like maybe you're either, like, not selling many coaching packages where you're, like, putting stuff out there and you're not getting many takers, or you're selling, but it's kind of at a low rate and you're getting people to say yes, but, like, not that many, not that repeatedly, and I don't know, it just didn't feel I didn't feel like I had a business. I felt like I was sometimes getting people to pay me to help them. Like, yeah, sometimes people would pay me to help them, but it's like, is this a business? I have no clue. Um, so that's where I'm with that. And when I made this shift, that really changed things for me. And the shift was essentially creating one consistent transformational process. So I got really clear on like one result, did like what I call the caveman phrase. And the result at the time was find work you love. I got really clear on who I was going to do that for. It was healthcare professionals, find work you love, right? So I'm like career coach, healthcare professionals, find work you love, career fulfillment. Let me create a standardized process to do that. And so I like put all of my expertise and my experience and like what I'd been doing with clients for the past 2 years, the things that were working well, my own story. I put all of that into like a curriculum. Right? I started to outline a curriculum. I got one person to do it with me, right? Like not with me, but like I got someone to participate in it. So I had this like beta client who like the first person I took her through, she was doing it for free. And so I'm taking someone through this process. And then it was going to be an 8-week process. When she's like 2 weeks in, I actually get someone to sign up and like pay I think it's $1,000 for it. Yeah, it was $1,000. Okay. So I get someone to pay. Then I get another person to pay. So now I'm having like multiple people going through this program as I'm creating it. And it's an 8-week program at the time. And by the end of it, by the first like maybe 5 people who were like coming in through the program, I was like shocked because it's like they're getting fantastic results and all of them are, and it's very consistent. And there was something really like calming and reassuring about being like, I can not even guarantee, but like I had this like standardized process for facilitating results. That made me feel so at ease with the experience I could provide. Like, I know this is what you're going to experience. And then on sales calls, it started to feel really easy to talk about my work because I was just like, well, this is what we're going to do. This is what you're going to get help with. This is how I can support you. And so sales calls started feeling easier and easier. I started just even making content more easily because I was like, oh, this is great. There's things happening. I had so many client testimonials to start sharing. And I was able to start like raising my prices, getting booked out. Like that word didn't even feel like who is booked out? What does that even mean? And then I was because I had created this process that worked. I created a process that worked. I was getting all of this evidence and results around it. My confidence was growing. My reputation was growing. It was just like all of these, it was this snowball of things that started to happen where then I became the go-to person to help healthcare professionals find their purpose. Like I kind of became the purpose coach for healthcare professionals. And like the program initially was called Career Fulfillment Formula. Then I rebranded it to Pathway to Purpose. But it was like this process creating one signature transformational process that it's like based on my lived experience, my expertise, the thing I'm the best at, like that is what I'm the best at helping people do. And once I created that and it turned it into this curriculum that was like standardized, then I walked people through it and I refined it and then I just became known for that. And then I turned it into a group program so then I could scale it. Then I turned it into a course and so I can still sell that. So it's like this one thing, this one switch, which was learning how to package my genius, the things I'm like the best at, my lived experience, just like learning how to put all of that, my brilliance basically, into a package that transforms lives, that impacts people in such a big way, that creates this like really standardized process for facilitating results so that results are just coming in. I become the go-to person. And then I'm able to essentially that's what allowed me to build my business to 6 figures. And still to this day, I have never dropped below a 6-figure year since then. Like that is my standard because I'm like, well, I know how to do this. Like I have a process that I walk people through that changes their lives. And that's what I do. And so to me, like this is the missing piece, right? Marketing is important, learning content creation, all of these things, it's all important. But like this is the foundation. This is the one domino that when you get this right, when you nail this domino, all the other dominoes fall into place. Like when you can really lock in on the offer that you're creating, when you can create this transformational process that's like your signature process that changes people's lives, that uses your gifts, this is the move, right? This was the thing for me. And this is how I've built a business that's generated six figures for 4 years in a row. It's how I fund my freedom as I travel the world. It's how I've really made an impact because I've refined and gotten good and known at this one thing. I also, yeah, it's like I get messages from people who took my course a while ago, who maybe even just listened to my free content and my podcasts. And I just get messages regularly of people being like, I love your work. It has changed my life. It has helped me do this thing. I took it this many years ago and it's still helping me here. Clients I've worked with years and years ago will come back, start working with me now and be like, I still use the values all the time. So that's that's what it does, right? It's like you create this process. It makes this ripple effect. And then it just impacts people's lives. And so to me, if you're if you're starting out as a coach and you've done your certification, you know like what you're offering to a degree, like you know your niche, who you're helping, you kind of have some of these things figured out and you're showing up, but you're not getting the clients that you want to. You maybe are trying to launch and like you're not getting people signing up for group programs or courses. Like if you're just not getting the traction that you want to, you're like, what do I do? What's the move? How do I really get my business to take off? Right? That everything is going to change when you learn how to package up your brilliance into this one package it up into package it up into one offer that really like changes people's lives. And you learn how to communicate that in a way that makes it so easy to sell. So it's like this in demand, aligned offer. I don't know why I'm doing this. That's what I want for you guys. So that's what we're doing. That's the work that I do with my clients inside of Create Your Six Figure Offer. And this is my year-long program where like I am just like sticking in it with you and we're getting your business off the ground. We are creating this offer. We're getting all the pieces in place. We're creating this offer. We're validating it. If you are trying one thing and that doesn't work, then we do a new one. We're like creating the offer, validating the offer, and developing a system to bring clients into your world on repeat, right? And it's like this is the foundation of building your six-figure business. It's create your six-figure offer. And I'm doing a Black Friday special because I I've been running Create Your Six-Figure Offer for about a month now. I've got 5 people in there and I'm just so obsessed with it. Like I'm so obsessed with them. I love the work they're doing. I love the breakthroughs they're having. I just like it's my favorite place to go. Like I have several different client groups in Telegram. I love all my client groups, but this one there's just so much happening in here that I'm like, oh, there's messages every day. Like people are working on things. We're doing our arena actions and it's just like such a gorgeous, inspiring, connected space to be in. The community is so good. It's small right now, but it's so good. And I want more of you to experience this. And so if I'm talking about this and you know like I'm talking to you, then I would love to invite you into this program. I'm doing a Black Friday special for it because yeah, I have some bundles and things too, but like this is the thing I really want to do. This is the work I want to be doing. And so I'm going to make my Black Friday special based on the thing I really want to do. And I want to be in the trenches with you guys. Okay. So this is the Black Friday offer. You can, when you join for like between now and November 30th, so before the end of November, you get basically a whole month free, right? You're going to get this December for free. And then you'll get to be in it through the entirety of 2026. And it's not just that the December is free, it's that December is popping. Because what happens in December, we're actually starting the year early. So we're doing Jumpstart 2026. Did anyone play those CD-ROMs in fourth grade? The one I remember most was Jumpstart fourth grade. It was like these really nerdy CDs that allowed you to I just like did a bunch of math problems early and the gamified stuff and I was way too smart for my own good back in the day. So Anyways, jumpstart 2026. What are we going to do? Well, most people start the new year on January 1st or January 2nd because they're hungover. Like, we're getting a head start because we're overachievers and that's what we do. But we're getting a head start in the most beautiful way possible. So there's a couple things we're going to do during December inside of Create Your Six-Figure Offer, but I'm turning it into like a 31-day sprint called Jumpstart 2026. So in the sprint, here's what we're going to do. One, you're going to get clarity and direction, like on the vision, right? We want to set this vision because I want you to be locked in to the result I'm here to help people with, the people I'm here to help, and the greater mission and context and like the bigger vision. I want you locked into that. So if you're jumping into my world, I'm doing a one-on-one session with you. That's like a vision clarity session. That's one of the things. The next thing I want us to do, I want you to have skills for planning. So basically, making money, the skill of making money requires you to manage your time. And especially if you're working a full-time job, you need to understand how to manage your time. And so I'm going to walk you through how to plan out your month and your week so that you are doing the tasks that move the needle the most. Back in med school, we would say the high yield things, right? You want to be doing the high leverage things. You want to know, you need a process for figuring out what's most important to focus on, what is most important to move the needle so that you're not wasting time either trying to decide what to do or just focusing on the wrong things. I say wrong because they're things that are not really moving you in the direction of where you want to go. Now, if you haven't been an entrepreneur for a while, this is probably not a skill set you have because you have not needed to develop it. I have been entrepreneuring for 7 years and the skill set is strong for me. Like, I know how to identify what to focus on so that you, like, what are the high leverage things to focus on? And I have actually never gone through this before with my clients in as much depth as we're going to do in December, right? So we're doing this whole, I'm calling it Plan Like a 100K Healer. And it's like a time management boot camp. And it's learning like how to plan, what to focus on to be productive, what types of tasks, how I structure my week. Like, it is a whole thing. It's going to be brilliant. And I cannot wait to do this. So we're doing that, right? So, week 1, vision, direction, clarity. Week 2, I think that's how I'll be set up. Time management boot camp. Then we got to go into, we can't just procrastinate. Like, I am not about that. You guys know I'm not about procrastinating. We need to take action. We need to action on our plans. So what are we going to do? We're going to do this program called the Courage Codes, right? And so it's a 7-day program where it's like voice notes. I'm going to be just teaching you, teaching you how to build courage over these 7 days. And what that's going to do is going to close the gap for you of, I talk about hidey hole action, where you're like you and your computer in the hidey hole. And I talk about arena action, which is you interacting with the people you want to help, you putting yourself out there, right? And too many of us are spending time doing all of this hidey hole action and not the arena action. So we're going to do courage codes, which is going to bridge the gap for you guys from the hidey hole to the arena. And then the final thing we're going to do, the final week is just align your year week. So that's actually, what we'll do the final week is we'll do building personal habits that like are so strong. So this jumpstart program, actually, we'll probably do one habit a week. So it's not 100% fleshed out, but the idea is there. And what we're going to do, we're giving you the courage, we're giving you the clarity, and we're giving you the planning skills. Organization, right? So it's like courage, clarity, like organization to jumpstart your 2026. Damn, it's going to be so good. So, my love, if you are ready, and ready is not a real thing, if you're deciding, if you want to be ready, you can be ready. If you want to build your business, right? If this is the year, 2026 is the year you're building your 6-figure business, you're finally hitting 6 figures, you want to replace your clinical income, like this is the move, right? Jump in to create your 6-figure offer. So if you have questions, please send them my way. If you want to hop on an enrollment call, I would love to do that as well. But what we're doing is this deal is available from now until end of November. So November 30th. So if you want to jump in, we've got 5 days. Yeah, today, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 5 days to jump in, to claim this deal, to get in there so that you can jumpstart your 2026, build your six-figure business. This is what we're here for. I cannot wait. So I will see you soon. Send me a message if you have questions. Otherwise, I'll see you in there.